Okay, here's another reason why you don't want to have vacancies when you have rentals. One of the things that you may have noticed by now is that it's not just that you don't get that money, you also have to pay money out in forms of taxes, like, for example, property tax, in form of repairs because stuff breaks. You might say, yeah, well, I can just turn the air conditioner off. Well, not if you're showing off the property to people. You're going to have the air on. For example, let's say you're in the middle of summer. It's 98 degrees outside. You're not going to bring people in to a house that's 100 or more than 100. You have to have the air on. I mean, that's just how it is. And the other thing is you're going to have to mow grass. And I mean, it's not a lot of fun in the middle of summer when it's 98 degrees and full sun. So, that's things that the renter will usually do for you. They'll, pick things up, clean things up. You have to do that now. You have to be in there with, your mop. You have to be in there, getting rid of spider webs and dust and everything else. That's just how it is. And, you still have to pay water, sewer. You still have to pay for the electricity and all the other things that people, would normally pay for. But now it comes out of your pocket, not theirs. And it's more money going out. So, you have to think about these things. When you have a vacancy, it's not just, let's say, for example, you're renting a house out for $1,000 a month. It's not just $1,000 a month that you're losing. You're losing other additional monies because you have all these expenses that now you have to pay for. For example, you might say, well, I'll just call for a lawn care service. Really? Who's going to pay for that? You. So not only are you not getting money, you have to pay out all this additional money in terms of things that normally the renter would do, and now you have to do them. And for example, let's say it's not summer, let's say it's winter, you still have to shovel snow. You still have to have the heater on. I mean, you're not going to show the house and it's like super cold. Or worse yet, the pipes can freeze. And, you have busted pipes. So, I mean, you have to have the heater on. It's just a lot of things that you have to think about. When the house is empty, it's not just that money is not coming in. Also, your expenses are, higher, in some ways, because you have to physically be there doing things. And, for example, you might have to buy some salt and put it on the sidewalk and stuff like that normally you didn't have to do because the renter would do these things. So, I mean, you have all these additional worries, and now, not only that, but you don't have the money that used to be coming in. So that's one of the reasons why I want to keep vacancies low, and one of the reasons why I say it's a good idea to price your property rent just slightly below market. That way it stays rented. For example, a normal vacancy rate might be, for example, 10%. That means 10% of the time the property's empty. But you might want to keep that down to maybe like 5%. If you lower the price down, what happens is people are less likely to move away. Also, when people do move away, property doesn't stay empty very long because the word gets out that yours is a pretty good price. So, you're going to have either, less time that the property's empty and also less time that you have to worry about all these other things that normally you wouldn't do. Let's say, for example, you get out of work and it's nighttime and you're mowing grass and, the mosquitoes are just eating you alive, and it's not a lot of fun for you. So, I mean, you have to think about these things.